In case you guys haven't been following along, I've been turning this E90 335i into the ultimate daily driver. So far we've got this thing rated at about 420 horsepower. It is full bolt-ons with a Stage 2 Plus tune. But now that we've enjoyed it at this stage, it's time we take it to the next step. So in 2025, we're going to be focusing on making much more power and turning it into kind of a show car. So to get things kicked off and headed in the right direction, we're going to be removing the silver trim in my E90. We're going to be replacing it with something better. So as you guys can see, it is pretty easy to get this trim out. You really just need a trim removal tool, and all the trim pops out pretty easily. Now you for sure want to take your time to make sure that you aren't breaking any of the clips. Well, those ones fell out, so we'll keep going. Now with this dash piece almost removed, we're gonna have to come back here behind our hazards, DTC, and locking controls and unplug the wires here. And we're also going to have to unplug the start and stop button as well. So let's go ahead and get those unplugged so we can get this last trim piece removed. Now that we've got our trim nice and removed with no real damage done to them, we're gonna go ahead and get them nice and clean so that we can start wrapping. All right, with the trim removed, we went ahead and popped out our fans here. Those were pretty easy to get out. They kind of just pop out. They have some tabs in there, so you want to be gentle so that you don't break anything. And the larger one here did have two 8mm bolts holding it in place, so you will have to remove those before you try and pry them out. But now we're just going to take our all-purpose cleaner, spray it on our brush, get these nice and clean before we start wrapping them. Now with it nice and clean, we can grab our 3M satin black vinyl wrap that we picked up on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description if you like the satin version. And we're going to cut out enough that we can cover this piece, but we don't want to use this full sheet on it since we're going to try and use more of this vinyl wrap for the other pieces. So we'll go ahead and cut out enough vinyl to cover this piece, and then we'll get to wrapping this main section here. Well, I don't know if you guys saw the struggle I was just having, but apparently the vinyl I got is not wanting to stick to this material. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys. Putting a slip on there. You'd think it'd be just fine, right? No adhesive, look. Look at this. Nothing. Not sticky at all. So we kind of ran into an issue. And I'm not really sure what we should do to get these from silver to black. I've seen a lot of videos of people wrapping them, but as you can see, it just does not want to stay. And I kind of need to get a video out to you guys, so I'm not really sure what we're going to do. Well, to make this video not be a complete bust, I'm going to replace this start and stop button with a red one. Now, I know it can be kind of corny, but I'm a big red fan, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that now. Super easy once you have everything out. This is held in by a couple of little clips here. We'll just pop it out. And then the start stop button is also held in with some clips. So it is pretty simple to pop out. Alright, so we're going to go and get a pick tool to try and pick this out. But you guys can kind of see with me using the old one here that there are some clips on the side that just need to be popped out. Once you get like 2 or 3 of the 4, the whole button will come out pretty easily. All right, there we go. You guys can see black one is out, red one. This top little middle section goes above this. There's a little slot for it. That one snaps back into place. Make sure your little rubber guys go back on how they were. Go ahead and slide this guy back into place. Now we have a red working start-stop button. Find our trim piece here. There's usually only one way for it to go on, and that is the big section there. Goes into the big hole. Pop that on, and there is our working start and stop button. Now for the start and stop button, I went ahead and picked up a new little trim piece here. So this one's kind of fading. You guys can kind of see. But I got a carbon fiber one or a gloss black one. Just going to stick there. Kind of look a little nicer. But should we do the gloss black or the carbon fiber? I'm not too sure just yet. Maybe we'll throw this on in the car. All right, let's go ahead and get this thrown back in. We've got to plug in our start and stop button and our DTC window controls or door lock controls and our flashers. So let's go ahead and get those plugged back in, and let's snap this guy back into place. All right, now that it's in, let's make sure everything works properly. Yep, everything is good to go. We've got that nice and in. So let's go ahead and install the rest of the trim, and I'll show you guys the last finishing up touches that I did pick up that I want to show you guys that I think will help spice up the interior just a little bit more. Alright, so the first thing we picked up was a carbon fiber bit that's going to cover our cup holders here. Should stick on quite nicely. Well, it's actually too big. It's gonna require some trimming probably, so I'm not gonna do it. This video has kind of turned into a fail. Let's see if the last thing we got turns into a fail too though. So the other thing we picked up was a carbon fiber cover for the key area right here. Kind of just to spruce it up, add a little bit of carbon fiber to it. So let's go ahead and see if this is gonna fit half decently. If it's not, we're not going to install it, but let's see. Let's give it a whirl, I guess. Well, honestly, it's not too bad. I'll bring you guys closer so you guys can check it out. All right, there you guys have it, that carbon fiber cover for the key ignition there. And then we've got our red start and stop button as well. Well, and I also decided to throw on the carbon fiber ring right there on that start and stop button to kind of match the key insert. And quite honestly with you, I'm not too disappointed with how those two things turned out. I do like the red ignition, and I do like that carbon fiber in here. However, I am quite bummed that we couldn't get this silver material all wrapped in that satin black. Well guys, honestly this video has kind of turned into quite the bust with not a whole lot going our way, and unfortunately that's just the way cars go sometimes. And I still wanted to get a video out to you guys because we're not always going to get a win. There are going to be some L's taken every once in a while. But as far as this interior trim goes, I kind of need your guys' opinion. So I have three options laid out. First option is going to be keeping the silver trim. Obviously that might be the easiest bet, but I'm not super fond of the silver. I do like an all black interior, so I thought getting rid of that silver would look kind of cool. And our next option is going to be a full carbon fiber replacement. I did find for about 900 bucks online, I can get all new parts for the E90, so it's going to be the front doors and the dashboard trim all in real carbon fiber with a gloss finish. I think that would look pretty sick as well. And then the last option is a black suede finish on the interior trim with a red stitching. Now it is a complete replacement kit, so I would leave everything out and just install the new option. And I do think that the black suede with red stitching would match the interior vibe of the car that I'm going for. So make sure you guys stay tuned for next week's video to see what we're doing that's kind of similar to black suede and red stitching. You guys are not going to want to miss that video. It actually is going to be a banger, and I think you guys are going to like what we do. We're changing up something that we use every single time we get into the car. But I need your guys' help. Let me know in the comment section down below, do we leave it silver? Do we go with the carbon fiber option? Or do we go with the black suede red stitching to kind of match the interior vibe that we're going for? But thankfully this video is coming out before 2025. It actually is going to be the last video of 2024. So we're ending off this year with kind of a weird note. But 2025 is going to be so much better. We're going to be doing lots of upgrades on this BMW, and I think we're going to be buying a new car here soon to get on the channel for you guys. So if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys hit that like button so I know you guys are enjoying the videos. Make sure you let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see done with this interior trim or on version 2 of my E90. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the future uploads. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.